How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to do what we always do for every single character coming out in Honkai Star Rail, and that is going to be the things you should consider before we summon for Sunday, because Sunday's coming out very soon, especially with the banner coming in or leaving in 3 days. We have 3 days to decide if we're going to be pulling for Sunday or not, because there's a bunch of other characters out at the current moment. There's some reruns happening right now and in the future, so we're going to talk about all the banners surrounding him, what he does versus everybody else, and if he has the priority over everybody else in the game at the current moment, which we're in a really crazy time just because right now we're in 2.7, getting really close to 3.0. 3.0 is going to bring a plethora of new things for us to look at when it comes to a new archetype of teams, when it comes to brand new mechanics and stuff like that. So it's a really exciting time, but also very stressful when it comes to either free-to-play players, low spenders, or anybody who just doesn't want to spend so much money in the game to just guarantee every character in the game. But looking at what we have currently in the banners, we have Acheron and Aventurine. Of course, these two are very strong. I don't know the stigma right now between Acheron, with a lot of people not liking her at the current moment, but realistically, Acheron is still a really great character, one of the better DPSs in the game, specifically looking at how she functions as a character. Right now we are in a team oriented or archetype oriented type of meta where we have leaders of a team and everyone is funneling stuff into them. Acheron with debuffs, we have characters like Fei Xiao with follow-ups. Now we're going into, well, for the most part, Firefly, Boo Hill, and Rappa aren't in the same vein as those two, but they are very strong right now in the meta with their full premium break team. There's just a lot of different teams that are out at the current moment that are doing quite good when it comes to what they're doing right now in the meta, what they're doing right now in MOC, Pure Fiction, all that different type of stuff. And then we're also looking at Aventurine, which is one of our better sustains in the game at the current moment, being able to be with almost any team in the game, giving a free crit damage buff, giving free shields that are almost limitless, and same thing goes with free damage, free follow-ups, and a 50% effect res buff, which is really nice, especially if you have a little bit of extra effect res on any of your characters. It's basically going to allow us that you never get debuffed by any means necessary. But these two are absolutely great when it comes to them as reruns. If you haven't picked either of them up by this time, I would say if you are interested in either of these, both of these guys are a good pickup. With looking at Aventurine, you don't have a second sustain, then boom, Aventurine's a really good pickup. For Acheron, I still do think she's an amazing pickup as it comes to a DPS, because she's still going to have that future-proof status as she always has had with any unit that's able to debuff. So this is a really good thing for Acheron and for Aventurine. But specifically looking at our next few characters that are going to be coming out, one of them very important is going to be not Jingyuan. We are going to talk about Jingyuan as well, but looking at Sunday and of course what he means for the meta at the current moment, if I can find Jingyuan somehow. Right now, Sunday is going to be the summon meta booster, or the summon meta brony, I guess you could say, with giving not only advance forward, giving cleanse, giving crit rate, giving crit damage, giving damage buffs, and also boosting up and advance forwarding the summon when it comes to the only character that can do it. That's a pretty big thing for them. Not only has Jingyuan been able to benefit from this buff before the summon meta gets here, but it gives us a taste of what's to come with the future coming out. Now, right now, Sunday is very stacked. He has almost everything that you could possibly ever want in his kit for any character that you could put him with on a team. So Sunday's a really good pickup right now at the current moment. There are a couple of worries that we are going to talk of when it comes to Sunday and basically how Star Rail does these Harmony characters. At the current moment, of course, Sunday's the only character in the game that is able to boost up summons and give as much as he does, right? Really good stuff for Sunday at the current moment. Is the only one of his kind. Right now, a lot of people are really scared of the Sparkle situation that we had with Sparkle coming out. And then right after Sparkle came out, she didn't have a lot going for her because the hyper carry meta was shifting away. We were going into break, we were going into follow-up, we were going into all this other stuff. And then characters like Robin came out, which made it kind of useless to run someone like Sparkle. And then we also had Bronya still too as well. And now we're getting Sunday. So now Sunday and Robin and all these other characters are now piling on top of what Sparkle had. And Sparkle hasn't had any kind of bonuses with being a hyper carry support, just because hyper carry really wasn't thought of at the current moment when we were just getting non-stop follow-up attack characters, non-stop break characters. She was just falling lower and lower to the ground as time went by. A lot of people are worried that with Sunday coming out and with his release, what if they bring out a Robin? Or what if they bring out an AoE buffer that is going to be for the whole team, just like how Ruin, Mei, and Robin are, and boost up every summon, because eventually with the Remembrance Path, I'm assuming that we're gonna get like 8 different summons on the field or something like that, with one character having a summon, another character having a summon, another character having a summon, and another character having a summon. So imagine a Robin but for the whole team, boosting everyone's summon up to the top, buffing up everyone's user or damage dealer or whatever to the top, and now you have 8 actions in total before the enemy gets to go. And if they were to do that, holy crap, would Sunday get knocked down quite a bit in terms of usability, because why do one when you can do the full team? Even if they don't have summons, if you can boost them up as well, that just means extra skill points, or maybe up keeping your buffs up or sustaining, anything like that. There's a lot you can do with a free action that you get from an AoE buff, such as something like Robin. So looking realistically at how this works, it is a little scary for someone like Sunday to come out and of course have all that he does, just for him to possibly get power creep with another unit that is basically what he has but AoE. I do think for a lot of people that are looking towards Sunday and the summon meta, I do think period as Sunday only at the current moment, I do think Sunday is a really worthwhile character to invest in and to get, especially if you're excited for the summon meta, because he's the only character at the current moment who can boost summon characters to the top of the faction line, something that Genuine really wanted, and something that has boosted up Genuine's power immensely ever since Sunday was released, or Sunday was able to be used and showcased off. So he's the only person that can do it. He's 100% someone you should be looking forward to if you do want these new Remembrance characters. If you want these characters that can use summons, I would 100% pick up Sunday, because that is just something you're gonna want when it comes to all the characters coming out in the future in 3.0, because we do know Remembrance is going to be the summon path, and what better support to use with the summon path than someone who can boost up summons? So that's a really good thing. I do think if you want Sunday, go ahead and get Sunday. There's no point in worrying if Sunday is going to get power crept by an AoE version, because that doesn't take away the fact that Sunday has all that he does: cleanse, crit damage buff, crit rate buff, damage buff. He's able to boost for not only you but your summon as well. So there's a lot of good stuff that comes from him anyway, so he's a good general support regardless, even without having that AoE aspect that people are scared of to not pull Sunday. So I do think Sunday, without a doubt, still really good to pull on, and 100% someone everyone should be looking at, especially with all of these characters that are going to be coming out for the Remembrance Path. The next character that we are going to be talking about is going to be Fugue. Fugue is going to be our break support that is going to seemingly replace HMC for the most part. And this is also going to be scary, because I'm also going to make a video like this about her when it gets a little bit closer to her banner. But yes, it does seem like for the most part this is supposed to be the stand-in for HMC, and HMC was our free unit. They're going to be transferred into Remembrance MC. Pretty sure they're going to want everyone to use that. Well, Fugue is here to replace that void. Fugue is definitely going to be for those that really love the break meta and want to keep playing that team. Right now we have a plethora of different teams that we're going to be looking at in the future. When it comes to, we still have follow up, we still have break as well. We have Acheron. We're gonna have all of the Remembrance characters. So that's 4 different archetypes we have right now that are full swing powerhouses in the game. So it is really good to see Fugue coming into the game for break. But realistically, I do think Fugue is going to be somewhat of a luxury character when it comes to support. Those who really love break are going to pull Fugue. Those who really love Firefly are going to pull Fugue. Other than that, she doesn't have to be pulled for break teams. If you want to, you can keep HMC onto the team and maybe use another character for Remembrance MC replacement. We have no idea what they're going to do with Remembrance MC and how pivotal he's going to be. If he's as pivotal as HMC, that might be a little bit of a problem, because now we don't know which team we're going to be using and there's going to be a missing slot. So we're going to have to wait and see what Remembrance MC does. Thankfully, Fugue is in the second half, so with that being the case, we really don't have to worry about picking and choosing without any information. We will have the drip marketing for the next patch. We also are going to have the information for the characters in 3.0, which is going to be very good for us to know, and then we're going to be able to make an educated guess on if we should put Fugue or not. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that Genuine himself is getting a rerun. So Genuine getting a rerun, for those that already have Genuine, hey, go get your Sunday. That's a must pull for the most part for you, and have fun. That's all I'm going to say. For those that don't have Genuine, 100% I say you should skip for the most part, because there are going to be characters in 3.0 that might seemingly take away his spot. We do need to talk about her, but Aglia is going to be out in the second half of 3.0, and she is also going to be lightning. She's also going to be Remembrance, so she is going to be the first character in the Remembrance path for summons. I'm going to assume Remembrance is going to have all sorts of different characters, but they're all going to be summon related because we have no idea if she's going to be a support, maybe. I don't know. It could be a basically summon support. It could be a DPS summon. I'm assuming DPS summon is going to be what Remembrance is, but realistically we already have same typing for summons. I'm pretty sure she's going to be the next step of what Genuine would be, and we're gonna have to wait and see how that's going to fare. But I do say that if Genuine comes with the rerun, you probably should skip, you probably should wait, see what Aglia does. I don't think it's a really big need that if you pull Sunday you have to get Genuine. Sunday's gonna be good no matter what, and you're gonna be able to use him with whatever summon characters come out. So Aglia is definitely the character you should be looking forward to, or any other summon character that might come out in the future. The next character we are going to talk about as well is our first character for 3.0, which is very, very exciting. It's going to be the actual Herta, the big Herta, whatever you want to say. She's going to be ice with erudition. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be busted because she is an emanator, if I'm not wrong, and with her being an emanator, that's a pretty big deal. That means she's gonna be strong, so I'm assuming she's gonna be able to provide a crap ton of buffs, damage, all that different type of stuff that you would imagine for the erudition path. We are gonna have to see how she does it because erudition has had the curse up until recent, except for Rappa, that they've been having a hard time getting anywhere but pure fiction. So if Herta can somehow bring erudition characters into MOC, if she can somehow do every mode, then that's going to be absolutely amazing. We have some really big hard hitters coming out, and of course the rerun for Fugue is also Firefly. I also forgot to mention that Firefly being a character for rerun. Honestly, in my honest opinion, I wouldn't recommend Firefly all the way. It depends realistically on what characters you have on your account. I do think Firefly is a good character. I don't think she's the best character overall. By far my favorite unit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Firefly because she's my favorite character. But I do think realistically with us going to 3.0, we're going to start seeing some crazy stuff. If you're there for just meta and you're there for just getting the strongest teams, I do think that summon meta is going to be crazy. They're definitely going to pivot into something wild with all those summons on the field and have content created for something like that. Break is still really good. Break is absolutely amazing. I do think Firefly is a really great break character. But when you have characters like Fei Xiao and the follow-up team, that's literally the most broken thing in the world. You have Acheron, really, really great as well. You have the summon meta coming. You have what we are going to hopefully get, which is the dot team support, because holy crap. And then we also have some hyper carry support with Sunday coming out. With all that he provides. So there's just a lot of stuff. I don't know if I would fully recommend Firefly. I'd have to wait and see when we get a little bit closer. But right now, all I know is Genuine for sure. No, but Sunday, yes. I do think Sunday at the current moment, that's literally the top of priority when it comes to all these characters. Fugue is a little bit luxury. Genuine's a no. Firefly's a question mark. Herta's a pretty big one for sure. And Aglia is going to be the first of Remembrance. So there's a lot to talk about and a lot to stomach in when it comes to all these characters being lined up like that. But for the most part, I do think Sunday at the most that I can think of is at the very top of priority when it comes to pulls and investment, because he's definitely going to usher in all these different teams with the summon meta. And I'm 100% sure account with Sunday with the summon meta and account without Sunday with the summon meta are going to be two different worlds. I'm pretty sure of that. But other than that, that's going to be it for this video when it comes to talking about Sunday and also the things you should consider. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.